Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that right now, at this very moment, God is aligning opportunities, shifting circumstances, and unlocking doors you never even knew existed? The question is, are you ready? Are you prepared to step into the unknown with faith, to embrace the unseen with certainty? Too often, we pray for change, we seek new beginnings, but when the door appears, fear holds us back. Our past conditioning, our doubts, our old patterns keep us from walking through. But today, I want you to recognize something powerful. God is not just opening doors, He's inviting you to step into a higher version of yourself. So let me ask you, are you truly ready to receive what He's prepared for you? Because if you are, everything is about to shift. Let's dive in. God's timing is perfect. Trust the process. There are moments in life when we feel like we are stuck, like nothing is moving in our favor. We pray, we wait. We wait, and yet it seems as though our breakthrough is nowhere in sight. In these moments, doubt creeps in, and we begin to question if God has forgotten us. But what if the delay isn't denial? What if the waiting season is actually preparation for something greater than you can currently comprehend? Everything in the universe operates on divine timing. The sun rises, sets in perfect harmony. The seasons change without hesitation. A seed planted in the ground doesn't become a tree overnight. There is a process, a divine order to everything that unfolds in creation, and your life is no different. When you try to rush it, when you try to force something before it's time, it doesn't last. Imagine pulling a fruit from a tree before it's ripe. It may look ready on the outside, but inside it lacks the sweetness and nourishment it was designed to have. The same is true for the doors God is opening for you. Sometimes, the reason a door hasn't opened yet isn't because it's not meant for you, but because you're not yet ready to walk through it. Growth happens in the waiting. Your faith is strengthened in the moments when nothing seems to be happening. Your patience, your resilience, your wisdom, all of these are being developed in ways you can't always see. The discomfort you feel in waiting is shaping you into the person who can handle what's on the other side of that door. We live in a world that glorifies speed. Instant gratification has become the norm. We want results, and we want them now. But God doesn't operate on human timelines. He sees beyond what you can see. He knows the people you need to meet, the experiences you need to have, and the lessons you need to learn before stepping into the next season of your life. You might think you're ready, but God in His infinite wisdom knows when the timing is truly right. Think about the times in your life when you wanted something so badly, but it didn't happen when you expected. Maybe you were frustrated. Maybe you even felt like giving up. But then, looking back, you realized that if it had happened sooner, you wouldn't have been able to handle it the way you can now. That relationship, that job, that opportunity, it had to come at the right moment so that you could receive it with the maturity, gratitude, and wisdom that only time and experience can bring. Trusting God's timing requires surrender. It requires letting go of control and allowing Him to lead. That doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you prepare. It means you grow. It means you continue to take steps in faith, knowing that what is meant for you will come when the time is right. Waiting is not passive. It is an active process of becoming the person who is ready to receive what has already been destined for you. When things don't happen according to our expectations, frustration sets in. We compare our journey to others, wondering why someone else seems to be advancing while we remain in the same place. But comparison blinds us to the truth that each of us has our own unique path. What is meant for you cannot be taken by anyone else. God's plan for your life is tailor-made, and His timing is designed specifically for you. Imagine a door that you desperately want to open, but no matter how hard you push, it remains shut. You exhaust yourself trying to force it, only to later realize that it wasn't locked. It just wasn't time. And when the right moment comes, the door swings open effortlessly. That's how divine timing works. God isn't making you wait to punish you. He's making you wait to prepare you. There is peace in knowing that you don't have to strive endlessly, trying to make things happen on your own. You don't have to manipulate circumstances or rush ahead of God. When you trust the process, you release the anxiety, the stress, and the need to control outcomes. You shift from a place of desperation to a place of expectation, knowing that what is meant for you will find you at the right time. Every delay has a purpose. Every closed door is leading you to something better. When you look at your life through the lens of faith, you begin to see that nothing is wasted. The struggles, the setbacks, the disappointments, all of them are shaping you for what's ahead. God's timing is perfect even when it doesn't make sense to you. Even when it feels like things are taking too long. Even when you don't understand why certain prayers seem unanswered. What's coming is greater than what you can imagine, but it requires trust. Trust that God sees the bigger picture. Trust that He knows what He's doing. Trust that when the time is right, the doors that are meant for you will open effortlessly. Opportunities. Faith unlocks them. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that can hold a person back from stepping into the life that has been designed for them. It creeps in subtly whispering doubts, feeding hesitation, and creating scenarios in the mind that paralyze action. Fear convinces people that they are not ready, that they are not worthy, that they are not capable. And in doing so, it keeps doors closed that were meant to be opened. Every opportunity requires a leap of faith. The moment a door appears, fear will immediately present itself. It will make you question whether you should walk through. It will remind you of past failure, that you are not qualified, and create all the reasons why staying where you are is safer. But nothing extraordinary is ever built on fear. It is faith that moves mountains, faith that shifts realities, faith that turns the unseen into the seen. The mind is conditioned to seek comfort, to avoid risk, to stay within familiar territory. This is why many people remain stuck, not because they lack talent, resources, or potential, but because they allow fear to dictate their choices. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of the unknown. These become the invisible barriers that keep them from stepping forward. But the truth is, growth does not happen in comfort. It happens in uncertainty, in challenge, in the moments where faith is the only thing left to hold on to. Opportunities do not wait for perfect conditions. They do not come when everything feels safe and certain. They come in moments of risk, when taking a step forward means leaving behind what is known. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, but it is not meant to be a master. It is meant to be a signal that something greater is on the other side. Faith is the antidote to fear. Faith is the belief that even when the path is unclear, there is a way forward. Faith is the knowing that what is meant for you will not pass you by if you have the courage to claim it. Faith does not require proof. It requires trust. It requires stepping into the unknown with the confidence that you are being guided, that every step forward will reveal the next. Every major breakthrough in life begins with faith. The person who starts a business despite uncertainty, the individual who moves to a new city with no guarantees, the speaker who steps onto a stage despite nervousness. None of them know exactly what will happen, but they step forward anyway. And in doing so, they activate opportunities that would have never existed if they had remained in fear. Fear shrinks possibilities. It makes the world smaller, it keeps doors closed. But faith expands. It stretches the boundaries of what is possible. It creates momentum. It unlocks opportunities that were always there, just waiting to be seized. The moment a person chooses faith over fear, they shift their reality. They begin to attract what they once thought was impossible. They step into alignment with the life they were meant to live. Doubt is fear's greatest weapon. It makes people second-guess themselves, question their abilities, and hesitate when they should move. But doubt is an illusion. It has no real power unless it is given power. The only way to weaken doubt is through action. Each time a step is taken in faith, doubt loses its grip. Confidence is not built in thought, it is built in movement. The more faith is exercised, the stronger it becomes. Many opportunities are lost not because they were not meant to happen, but because fear prevented action. People talk themselves out of blessing. They delay decisions, waiting for the perfect moment, when in reality, the perfect moment is created by moving forward. God places doors in front of people, but He does not push them through. The choice to walk through is always a matter of faith. There is a version of every person's life that exists on the other side of fear, a version where they are fully stepping into their purpose, embracing their potential. But that version can only be accessed by choosing faith. It is not about waiting until fear disappears, because fear will always try to linger. It's about refusing to let fear be the reason why opportunities are missed. Your mindset determines whether you walk through the door. Every opportunity that presents itself is first won or lost in the mind. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the perspective you carry shape the decisions you make. A person can stand in front of an open door and still hesitate, still question, still doubt whether they are meant to walk through. It is not the opportunity that determines success, but the mindset of the person facing it. The mind is powerful, shaping reality before any action is taken. If you believe you are not ready, you will find reasons to delay. If you believe you are not worthy, you will talk yourself out of moving forward. If you believe failure is inevitable, you will sabotage your own progress. The thoughts you entertain become the script for your life. What you tell yourself repeatedly, you begin to accept as truth. This is why some people remain stuck even when opportunities are right in front of them. A door is open, but their mindset keeps them from stepping through. Self-doubt is the greatest barrier to progress. It convinces you that you need more time, more experience, more validation before you can move forward. But no one is ever fully prepared for the next level before stepping into it. Growth happens in the process. Confidence is built in action. The longer you wait for certainty, the more your mind will create reasons to hesitate. The mind does not naturally seek growth. It seeks comfort. It will always find a way to justify staying where you are, even if where you are no longer certain. A limited mindset sees obstacles, but a growth mindset sees possibility. The same door can be presented to two people. One will walk through with confidence, while the other will hesitate, weighed down by fear and doubt. The difference is not in the opportunity itself, but in how each person perceives it. If you train your mind to expect setbacks, to see problems instead of solutions, you will struggle to move forward. But if you train your mind to look for possibilities, to see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, you will approach every door with the expectation that something greater is waiting on the other side. Belief is the foundation of action. When you believe in yourself, you operate from a place of confidence rather than hesitation. You take steps forward even when the full picture is unclear. You trust that whatever you need will be provided along the way. But when doubt takes hold, it paralyzes movement. It convinces you that you need to see the whole staircase before taking the first step. But faith does not work that way. Faith requires movement, and movement requires a mindset that aligns with growth. Many doors remain closed, not because they are locked, but because the person standing in front of them does not believe they are worthy of going through. They see others advancing, others succeeding, and assume that those people had something special, something they themselves do not possess. But success is not reserved for a select few. The difference between those who move forward and those who stay behind is in how they perceive themselves. If you see yourself as capable, as deserving, as equipped for the journey ahead, you will take the necessary steps to walk through the doors placed before you. The world does not shape your beliefs. Your beliefs shape the world you see. If you expect opportunities to be scarce, you will experience. If you expect failure at every turn, you will find evidence to confirm that belief. But if you expect growth, success, and new possibilities, your mind will begin to recognize and attract those very things. The subconscious mind is always looking for proof to reinforce what you already believe. This is why changing your mindset is the first step to changing your reality. Walking through a new door requires courage, but courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. The mind will always try to create a sense of security in what is familiar, even if what is familiar is no longer serving you. But staying where you are because of fear will never lead to growth. The moment you shift your mindset from hesitation to trust, from fear to faith, from limitation to possibility, everything changes. The doors have always been there waiting. The only question is whether your mindset will allow you to walk through them. Preparation determines whether you can handle what's on the other side. Every new opportunity requires a level of readiness that goes beyond simply wanting it. Desire alone does not prepare you for what's ahead. You can hope for success, pray for a breakthrough, and visualize new doors opening. But if you have not prepared yourself to handle what comes with it, you may find yourself overwhelmed, unready, or even resistant when the opportunity actually arrives. Preparation is what separates those who walk through doors confidently from those who hesitate, unsure if they are truly ready. Many people spend their lives waiting for something to happen, waiting for a shift, waiting for the right moment. But the truth is, doors open when preparation meets opportunity. When you are intentional about your growth, when you discipline yourself to develop new skills, strengthen your mindset, and expand your capacity, you position yourself to handle the opportunities that come your way. Without preparation, even the best opportunities can feel like burdens instead of blessings. Growth is a process, not an event. You cannot expect to step into a new season without first shedding the limitations of the old one. The habits, routines, and mindset that got you to this point may not be enough to take you to the next level. What worked in the past may not work in the future. If you are unwilling to grow, unwilling to stretch yourself, unwilling to challenge the old patterns that no longer serve you, then even if a door opens, you may not be able to sustain what's on the other side. Preparation is not just about skills or qualification. It is about becoming the kind of person who can handle the responsibility of greater opportunities. Success does not come without challenging. More responsibility requires more discipline. More influence requires more self-awareness. More opportunities require more faith, resilience, and commitment. If you are not prepared to handle the weight of what is coming, it can crush you instead of elevate you. There are moments when people pray for things they are not yet prepared to handle. They ask for leadership but lack discipline. They ask for financial blessings but have poor money management. They ask for new relationships but have not healed from old wounds. They ask for a breakthrough but are unwilling to change the habits that keep them stuck. The universe does not withhold opportunities. It simply aligns them with the level of preparation you have done. When you are truly ready, the doors will open, and you will walk through them with confidence rather than fear. Some doors do not open because you are being protected from stepping into something before you are ready. You may think you are ready for more, but there are lessons you still need to learn, experiences you still need to go through, and weaknesses you still need to strengthen. Timing is not about delay. It is about alignment. If you step into something before you have built the foundation to sustain it, it can slip through your hands. This is why patience and preparation go hand in hand. The best way to prepare for the future is to develop the discipline to grow today. It is in the small, consistent actions that readiness is built. The way you manage your time, the way you treat people, the way you handle setbacks. These are the things that determine whether you are truly prepared for more. Doors do not open for those who simply wait. They open for those who prepare themselves daily to step into something greater. When the opportunity arrives, you will not have time to get ready. You must already be ready. The preparation you do now determines your ability to handle what's coming. Success is not about luck. It is about alignment. It is about becoming the person who is ready to walk through the door the moment it opens. Every moment of preparation, every lesson learned, every challenge overcome is shaping you for what is ahead. The question is not whether the doors will open. The question is whether you will be ready when they do. Not everyone will understand or support your journey through the new doors God is opening. When you step into something greater, you will quickly realize that not everyone around you is ready to see you grow. Some people are comfortable with who you have been, not who you are becoming. They have built an image of you based on your past, based on shared experiences, based on their own limitations. The moment you start to change, the moment you begin to step into something bigger, resistance often follows. People who have known you for a long time may struggle to accept your growth. They may question your choices, doubt your potential, or even try to discourage you from moving forward. This is not always intentional. Sometimes it is a reflection of their own fears, their own insecurities, and their own unfulfilled potential. When they see you evolving, it forces them to confront the fact that they have stayed the same. Growth can feel threatening to those who are unwilling to change. There will be moments when you feel the weight of opinions pressing against your progress. People may not see your vision. They may not understand why you are walking through this door, why you are choosing a path that requires faith, sacrifice, and discomfort. You may even feel pressure to stay where you are, to shrink yourself in order to fit the expectations of those around you. But if you live for their approval, you will never walk fully into the opportunities that are meant for you. Growth requires separation. There are seasons when God will remove people from your life, not because they are bad, but because they cannot go where you are going. Some relationships were meant for a chapter, not the whole book. Trying to hold on to people who no longer align with your journey can slow you down. It can create doubt, hesitation, and confusion. Not everyone will celebrate your growth, and that is okay. Your destiny is not tied to their approval. There will also be times when you must walk alone for a season. Stepping into new doors often requires solitude, reflection, and inner strength. You may not have a crowd cheering you on. You may not have the validation or encouragement you expected, but faith does not rely on external approval. Faith requires trusting that what is ahead is greater than what you are leaving behind. Some of the greatest opportunities will come when you least expect them, and they will often require you to step away from familiar places, familiar people, and familiar routines. The comfort of the past can become a trap if you are not careful. You cannot build a new life while clinging to an old one. You cannot step into a new season while remaining attached to everything from the last one. The people who are meant to walk with you will align with you. Those who resist your growth were never meant to go where you are going. Jealousy, doubt, and misunderstanding will come, but they are not signs to turn back. They are stepping into something bigger than yourself. When people question your journey, when they doubt your ability, when they try to pull you back into old habits, remember that their words do not define your future. The door is open for you, not for them. It is your responsibility to walk through it, no matter who does or does not support you. Success often exposes the true nature of relationships. Some will support you, some will distance themselves, and some will try to pull you back. Do not waste energy trying to convince people to see what God has placed in your heart. Some will not understand, and that is okay. Your journey is not about proving yourself to others. It is about becoming the person you were meant to be. God will place the right people in your life at the right time. As you walk through new doors, you will find those who encourage, uplift, and align with your purpose. But first, you must be willing to let go of those who do not. Growth requires faith, and faith requires movement. The door is open, but it is up to you to walk through, regardless of who chooses to walk with you. Stepping through new doors requires letting go of the past. Many people struggle to embrace new opportunities because they are still holding on to what was. The comfort of the familiar can be deceiving. It makes you believe that staying where you are is safer than stepping into the unknown. But every great transformation requires a release. You cannot grab hold of what is ahead if your hands are full of what you refuse to let go of. The past carries memories, experiences, and lessons, but it can also carry fear, regret, and attachment to old versions of yourself. Sometimes people hold on to past successes, believing that what worked before will work again. Other times they hold on to failures, allowing past mistakes to define what they believe is possible for their future. But the doors that God is opening are not a continuation of the past. They are an invitation to something entirely new. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles to stepping forward. The mind wants certainty. It wants to predict outcomes. It wants to stay where things are predictable and safe. But faith does not require certainty. Faith requires trust. Trust that what is ahead is greater than what is behind. Trust that the lessons of the past have prepared you for what is coming. Trust that the discomfort of change is necessary for growth. People often struggle to move forward because they have attached their identity to the past. They define themselves by who they were, by what they did, by the roles they played in seasons that are no longer meant for them. but identity is not fixed. You are not bound to the person you used to be. Growth demands a redefinition of who you are. It requires a shift in mindset, a willingness to become someone new, someone stronger, someone more aligned with the future that is calling you. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means releasing the emotional grip that the past has on you. It means choosing not to live in regret. It means forgiving yourself and others. It means deciding that yesterday does not have the power to control today. The door that is opening requires you to step through with a new perspective, free from the weight of what no longer serves you. There will be moments when you feel pulled back by old patterns, old habits, and old ways of thinking. The mind is wired for familiarity. It will try to convince you that the past was better, that change is too difficult, that it is easier to stay the same. But every time you resist stepping forward, you are delaying the future that is meant for you. You are prolonging the breakthrough, the blessing, the transformation that is waiting on the other side. Walking through a new door is not just about external change. It is about internal readiness. The external opportunities mean nothing if you are not mentally, emotionally, and spiritually prepared to embrace them. There are people who step into new spaces, but bring the same limiting beliefs with them. They enter a new season, but still carry the same fears. They receive a blessing, but sabotage it because they never let go of the mindset that kept them stuck. Your mind must align with where you are going, not where you have been. The version of you that was comfortable in the past cannot thrive in the future that is calling you. This is why change feels uncomfortable. It is breaking the old to make room for the new. It is dismantling what no longer fits so that something greater can take its place. Growth is painful, but so is staying the same. The difference is that one pain leads to progress, while the other leads to stagnation. God is opening new doors, but it is up to you to decide whether you will walk through them. The choice is always yours. You can stay in the past, replaying old stories, holding on to old identities, resisting the discomfort of transformation. Or you can step forward, trusting that what is ahead is better than what is behind.